A man is tying everything he owns to the roof of a car. His kids are inside. His wife stands quietly. The house behind them is no longer theirs. In 1929, America woke up one morning and everything was gone. This photo is from 1936, but this family's story was the story of millions. The man behind the wheel is staring forward, but his eyes are somewhere else entirely. The woman beside him says nothing. At that time, America's roads were filled with people just like them. They didn't know where they were going. They just knew they couldn't stay. People are running to their cars. The sky is closing in, but this isn't rain. Dust walls sometimes reached 3 kilometers high. Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas. The land had turned to desert, and the storms swallowed everything in their path. They called it the Black Blizzard. Look at this photograph for a moment. That dust cloud was reaching the second floors of homes. People inside stuffed wet rags into door cracks, but the dust still got in. They'd wake up in the morning to find a layer of earth on their beds. An entire generation grew up like this. Tractors buried in sand, fences rotted away, houses emptied out. Farmers were forced to flee the land they had worked for decades. This scene looked like a battlefield, but there were no bombs here, just soil. Soil that would no longer feed anyone. Right at the foot of skyscrapers in the middle of the city, thousands of families built shelters from scraps of wood, tin and burlap sacks. These shanty towns were called Hoovervilles, named after President Hoover, cities of shame. In New York City alone, there were more than 80 of these camps. The sacks on these children's shoulders are bigger than they are. No school, no play. Across the South, many children had no choice but to work the fields alongside their families. The Depression didn't just erase the economy, it erased childhoods too. Unemployed, buy apples. 5 cents. Yesterday he was a factory worker, maybe a manager. Today he's selling apples on the sidewalk. In the 1930s, there were more than 6,000 street vendors on New York streets. They all had one thing in common. A week ago, they had a different life. Look at this man's eyes, an empty bowl in his hands, waiting in line. Dignity is breaking, but the line doesn't scatter. At its peak, soup kitchens across the country fed 80,000 people a day in New York City alone. 1933, Roosevelt became president and said one thing: the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. The WPA, Works Progress Administration, was born. The government didn't hand out money, it handed out work. This man is one of those workers, shovel in hand, dignity on his back. Young men bent over the earth, holding a small seedling. Millions of trees were planted to stop the dust storms from returning. They called it the shelter belt, a windbreak stretching across the plains. The land was beginning to breathe again. Row after row of men bending and planting across the open field. This wasn't just an agricultural project, it was a nation rebuilding its land and itself. Every seedling was a decision. We are staying. A family working together in their garden. Mother smiles, holding her baby. Behind them, a new house, small but solid. After the worst years of the Depression, life was being rebuilt, slowly, but for real this time. One man pours concrete, another sketches beside him. The WPA didn't just build bridges and roads, it employed thousands of artists, murals, posters, sculptures, because Roosevelt understood people don't live by bread alone. Hundreds of meters up, legs dangling, laughing. This photo is from 1932, the very heart of the Depression. These are the workers of the Rockefeller Center, construction. They weren't afraid because they were working again. The Great Depression lasted 10 years. 15 million people lost their jobs, but these hands never let go, and America was rebuilt on top of them.